Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to make some Halloween candles. I'm going to make some skull candles from these molds and a snake spiraling candle from these. I'm going to use some old beeswax I've got here lying around, some bits and bobs, a few candles that didn't quite cut the mustard, and I'll melt them down and pour them and we'll burn them. I've got to make some for my daughter's Halloween party, so let's test a couple of these. So we'll melt this wax down and then we'll put some wicks in here. I've got two different size wicks. This is a 1.5 inch square braided wick for beeswax, and this is a 3/4 inch beeswax. They've already been pre-dipped, so I've dipped my wicks. So we'll cut them to size and put them in. Then I'll take this screwdriver, I fold it over the end, and I will feed it through like that. And then pull it out. Nice skull molds. These use a 1.5 inch wick. Again, I will chop it a bit longer. The wax we want at about 70 degrees. It can be a little bit hotter sometimes for pouring molds. If it's a bit hotter, the wax, it can give a smoother finish. But you don't want it too hot. 70, 75. There we go. Okay, so here we are. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the wax has melted, I'm going to pour some into this container through this sieve, like this. So here we go. Okay, there's a little bit more room. There's a lot of nasty stuff in this wax. A lot of just scrapings and rubbish and a few dead bees. Some old candles. Okay, I put this to one side for a sec. And let's start pouring some candles. So, start with this one. Gently into the middle, trying to not make too many bubbles. Give it a little tap. Just prop this one up slightly. And then the next one. And let's do these two skulls. Going to need a bit more wax for the next one. Pour the rest of this wax in. There's lots of wicks and all sorts in there in the bottom. Give it a little stir. And let's pour this last one in. There we go. A little bit more in there. A bit more in there. I will let the wax set a bit on the top and then I will pull the wicks up and it will basically hold them there. I might have to pull them up one more time. Let's just leave them for a bit and we'll come back to them. As the surface has started to set on these, I'm going to pull the wicks up to the middle. Not too hard because you don't want to pull them out from the other end. And then just let them stay there for a bit longer. And then I will pull them up again. And let's pull these wicks up here to the middle. And then I'll give these a tiny little tug again. Fold them down. Give them a tug. Fold them down. Middle. Give them a tug. So now these have cooled for a bit. I'm going to pull the wick up one more time, a little harder. And it will stay there now. And then I'm going to leave them overnight and I'll come back to them tomorrow. Okay, so let's unwrap some of these. I've got to be careful not to snap the head of the snake off this, I think. Carefully peel it back. Oh, tricky. There we go. Okay, well, there's a few bubble imperfections. But it's not bad. Quite Halloweeny. What I would do is take these, snip the bottom off. Take these, snip the top off somewhere. And then give it a stable base. I'd rub it. And there we have one snake. Let's do the skull. Okay, it's not too bad. Pretty spooky. It's not the smoothest of finished here. Maybe I should have made the wax a little bit hotter. But it looks quite good on a Halloween candle anyway. Yeah, quite like that. Just do this next one. Chop that bit off. Cut wick down a bit. And there. And this one. Yeah, this one's nicer. No bubbles on there, on the head. Yeah, I think she'll like these. And these will look quite good. And yes, another good one. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll leave you with a time lapse of a couple of these candles burning. Take care, see you next time. Give us a like and subscribe, that'd be great.